When I say, who's the master? You say, no.
What is up, everybody? Showing up the king, the one and only, and I am here proudly to say this is my True Blood Episode 1, Season 6 review. Yes, 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 yes! Wow, what an episode! And I'm not fanboying here. So if you guys have actually seen some of my reviews from the True Blood series, they've been mixed. They've been up and down. I thought overall Season 5 ended on a good note with Uber Bill. But I gotta say, this episode, the writers over at HBO, the people who made True Blood, they were trying to prove a point. They were trying to get back that luster, that feel of the old school Season 1 True Blood, and they succeeded immensely. Like, I don't even have the words right now, and I'm never a loss for words, but this episode was epic. But enough of the accolades, let's talk about why it was epic. So, I'm going to start off with the smaller stories to get those characters out of the way. We had Andy Belfleur. He gave birth to 4 girls who are fairy, and he was supposed to end up raising them. Of course, being a newly crowned dad with 4 girls, and on top of that, you know, the mother of those girls had an orgasmic birth last season. You know, he's basically falling into place to realize that he's not cut out to be a dad. And luckily, Arlene, she comes in and basically tells him that, you know, you're not gonna be a sucky dad. You just need to try, for all intents and purposes. So he does. You know, he's going through the fatherhoods, and towards the end of the episode, it looks like his daughters are growing up very fast. It looks like before he went to sleep, they were babies, and when he woke up, they were toddlers. They were speaking and everything. I thought that was kind of weird. So I don't know if they're going to try to do this a whole season where they're adults by the time the season is over with, or are they going to stop growing at a certain point? It'll kind of be interesting to see where this storyline is going. I actually don't hate it. I actually enjoy this storyline so far. I feel like, you know, Andy and, you know, Erling, everybody has a part now, especially since the whole Infritz shit has been taken care of. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Sam, and I saw this coming. Sam Merlot, you know, he escaped the area with the daughter, and unfortunately the mom died. I kind of saw it coming. I mean, I didn't see her in any of the promos for this season anyway, so it's kind of implied that she was going to die, and she did. So now Sam has his own daughter of his own that he's going to probably take care of. And I'm not too sure exactly where that storyline is going just yet, because we know that she shifted on national TV, so they know now that vampires are not the only thing that exists now, that in the supernatural. So that'll be interesting to kind of figure out where that storyline is going. Again, we didn't get too much. You know, he ended up taking her back to his bar. Lafayette was there. We got to get some Lafayette action, and I really do love that character. He's real wholesome. He's always willing to take care of somebody. So, thumbs up for Lafayette. The big story of this episode is between 2 parts, between Warlow and Bill. But before I start talking about Bill, let's talk a little bit about Warlow. Jason, well, you know what? Let me stop there for a second. The episode mostly focused on Bill and Eric and everyone else. They're still trapped in the building. Bill dies, resurfaces as Uber Bill, and he has hella powers. Let's talk about his powers. So what's been confirmed so far is that he's hella strong. He's uber strong. He has uber vampire vision, which he sees in red, and he can immediately tell fairies apart from anything else, because every time Suki opened her mouth, she had like some sort of like, you can see her fairy light coming out of her body, so he can see it radiating. So that's going to be very interesting. There was a scene where Bill comes up against this soldier, and the soldier's shooting at him, and literally Bill walks into him, and the guy explodes. Like, he didn't cut him, didn't bite him, didn't do anything. He basically just touched him, and the guy explodes. So That was kind of crazy. And later on, he has the ability he summons Jessica to come to him. And as he's summoning Jessica, like, I guess she's trying to resist at first because she's scared as shit. Hell, I was sitting there scared as hell and I was watching it. So, I could totally feel the fact that she was, scared shitless. And as he's calling her, and I guess she's trying to stop, it's literally like ripping her apart. So, like, if she doesn't come, she was probably going to die. So her and Sookie end up going off to go see Eric because, again, Bill, because they really didn't have a choice. So they get there, and little did we know that Eric and his sister ambushed Bill, and there's this super awesome part where Bill grabs Eric by the neck and slams him into the house, and literally the entire foundation, the entire house, the ground, it's like this epic shake, like it's an earthquake. And literally you realize very quickly that Bill ain't fucking around. This is beyond an Uber van. He literally is a god. So Sookie does something very uncharacteristic, and she stabs Bill. She stakes Bill, and he doesn't die. She stakes him right through the heart, and it looked like it hurt a little bit. But Bill, pulls the stake out, throws it to the ground, and basically says, "Look, I brought you here to talk. I'm not trying to hurt you, but if you ever attack me again, you will see the consequences." And when Jessica saw Sookie stake Bill, she kind of figured that Sookie no longer see Bill the way she used to. And she said, basically told her that I'm staying with Bill. You tried to kill him. Get out of here. So, they all end up leaving, not before Bill, gives them another epic rumbling of the house. Like, look, don't fuck with me. Literally, this has probably been, number one, I will say off the top of my head, this has been the best True Blood season premiere ever. Out of all 6 seasons, this is hands down the best season opener ever, let alone one of the definite top 5 best episodes of True Blood ever. I think it had everything. It had action, it had sex, it had blood. Every single person in this episode was covered in blood. I don't even know if you know that. All the main characters were covered in blood. Everyone. Bill, Sookie, Eric's sister. Hell, Jason was, when he was still leaving the building, he shot one last guard and the whole guard's body fell all over top of him, saturating him in blood. When Sookie was running from Bill, she fell in blood. It was this episode definitely lived up to be bloody as True Blood would be concerned. Jason's story, it's kind of interesting. He's closely tied to Warlow. It looks like between Warlow and the Louisiana governor are going to kind of be the big bads right now. But I'm thinking that Warlow, and it looks like we found out that Warlow is one of the original vampires. That's the progeny of Lilith. So he could be just as strong as Uber Bill, if not on par. We haven't figured out exactly because, once, and again, this is the one thing that did piss me off. Because I'm like, come on, Jason. You get picked up by a hitchhiker, and this guy just decides to start asking you about your family, and you tell him everything. I mean, you tell him about everything. You tell him about your sister. I'm like, damn, why didn't you just say she was a fairy? I mean, shit, you told her everything else. So, of course, the guy that ended up picking up Jason is Warlow, and he basically tells Jason, you can't stop her, she belongs to me, and he disappears right outside of the car. Maybe he can turn into mist, maybe he's like partially a ghost, we don't know yet. We don't know the true extent of his abilities, so it'll be interesting to kind of see where that goes. It definitely looks like from the previews that Jason's going to spend his whole time trying to, kill Warlow. I'm sorry. The only other story is with Alcide, and the wolves. The wolves. He ends up taking over, becoming the pack master. Maybe is his name Alcide? I think it is Alcide, but if I'm wrong, you guys will correct me. I know you will. But the guy, he ends up killing the old pack master, taking it of his flesh, and becoming a new pack master, and which is a good thing because being a pack master comes with a benefit. And not only does he have one hot chick, he has 2, and might I say they were both super hot. I mean, c'est magnifique. So they had their little threesome action after they end up having a little night run. And, that's kind of where his story's going, which is fine. I mean, we got This is True Blood, people. You gotta see ass and titties. This is the way it is. Ass and titties. Ass and I'm sorry. Had to get that out there. It was just too much temptation. But again, like I said, overall, I'm gonna vote this episode a great. This is probably the highest it can go. It's damn near flawless. I'm sitting here trying to think, was there anything else I needed? Oh, I'm sorry, Tara and her little girlfriend. You know, she is still heartbroken over Eric. You know, releasing her from her bond, and again, I get where she's coming from. You know, you've been with somebody for 100 years. That's a long-ass time. You can't just forget about them in like 10.5 seconds. But at the same time, Tara did have a good point. You know, you can't see what's in front of you that's good because you're too focused on what's in the past. And I know she heard on the radio when they said that all vampire-owned businesses are going to be shut down. So for her to even go back to the club was stupid. But again, I know I guess at that point you're a vampire. I guess you do kind of feel indestructible. But it definitely looks like the Louisiana governor is definitely going to have it out for everybody. I mean, he has the capabilities, the money, and it looks like he's starting to get the weaponry together. And again, from the previews, it looks like this is going to be quite an interesting season. I'm going to put it out there. This might be the best season of True Blood since season 1. And like I said, I enjoyed season 5. I'm going to put that out there. The only seasons that I thought were really shady were seasons 2 and 3. Was it 3? No, I'm sorry. Seasons 2 and 4 were kind of iffy. That whole thing with the witch was a little bit too much for me. But anyway, like I said, this season is shaping out to be fantastic. And I cannot wait till next week to see the next episode. I haven't been this excited about True Blood in a very long time. But now's the discussion part. I want to know what you guys thought of the episode. Am I going crazy? Did you hate it? Did you love it? Let me know in the comment sections below. Definitely thumbs up the video if you could. You know, I definitely want to spread my videos out there, and definitely thumbs up helps that. Also, one other thing. I want to know what you guys think is going to happen. Like, honestly, I predict we're going to have a Warlow Uber Bill showdown, because at the end of the episode, Bill gets visited by the Lilith again, and then it looks like some sort of ghost Lilith transferred their body into him. So I don't know if he really is Bill anymore at this point. I think he thought he was going to be Bill, but I think that story is not going to be that simple. The Show Enough the King, the one and only. I'm very happy to be back doing my True Blood reviews. You guys have an awesome night.